Welcome back to the Setup Podcast. It's me, Victor, along here with my homie Mark. How you feeling today?
I'm feeling exhausted, but I'm also feeling great.
We love to see it. We love to see it. How are y'all feeling today? Good? Good. You see the hat. You see what we doing. You see the vibes. You see the merch on body. I'm feeling good, man. It's a good day.
It
It's a good
is.
It's been busy. It's been hectic between yesterday and today.
Yeah.
But it's all good. New episode is out. New president coming in. We got a lot of new
Cool,
things
cool.
on the horizon. It's more about the fact of the current president law. It's not really about who won. But
Right.
it's okay.
It's like, yeah, he
Oh shit.
won.
Just keep going. It's okay. It's
it's like
okay.
it's like, yeah, he won, but it's like let's worry about who we took out.
I'm
and
more
then,
happy about that than anything. And that like we said before, we called this shit. We got our first woman of color in office, VP
let's
Kamala
get it.
Harris, who low key again, like I say, I don't know how I feel about it, but it's okay.
There's a lot
We
of
got one
feelings.
in there. We got one in there, and she broke that barrier for us.
Yeah, yeah. It's definitely a new game now. I mean, I hopefully it stays like this, like in a sense where it's like more common and it doesn't just go right back. Like
Yeah, yeah,
hopefully.
yeah, yeah. Because it's crazy. I mean, it's kind of poetic how it happened. Because
Hmm.
we had Obama for 8 years, and then we had Trump come in. So Trump took out Obama, and then he's the first president in like 30 years to not do a second term, and
Yeah.
he's taken out by Obama's vice president
Yeah, it's kind of funny when you think about it. It's like you really got to think like, yo, this man really just got taken out by it.
and a black VP. So it's
Yeah,
like
it
it's
showed.
music. It's music to my
It
ears.
definitely shows like how bad it was, like how bad these 4 years have been. Like it really, that's what really shows. So it's like
And then
it's pretty
people
funny.
people are just like, oh, like no, but everything was up and like whatever, like he's doing great. I'm like, no, he didn't. If you think about it, what policy somebody puts in and immediately it just takes effect. All the stuff that you're seeing now, good that happened in the last
Yeah,
administration is finally taking effect as a trend from the last administration. So if you're talking about always things are going so much better, what did he do? What did he put in place to make things get so much better?
I have no clue.
We're gonna see the effects of everything that he did in Biden and Harris's run.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
when we're gonna see the effect of what Trump did.
Hmm.
So and then Biden's gonna get the shit for it.
This is true.
So
He
fast forward
planned
it
it.
now, or like mark this shit now, and a year from now when we see people talking shit on the new president.
He planned it. He definitely was like, you know what? I'm still doing this, and no matter what, it's never gonna fall on me.
Yeah, that's basically how it is. So
It
all the shit that people praise Trump about is literally
you know what gets me upset though, like, because you know how no matter what, no matter like if you not reelected or you're done your terms, like you're always considered president, and it just sucks the fact that he
bro.
has that title.
I
like,
thought about that.
it
Look,
gets
I'm
me
like, yo,
upset.
like I really sat down the other day, like as when the announcement happened on Saturday,
Hmm.
I was in my room and I was doing work, but like I had it on, like in the during the whole counting process of the ballots, I just had it
Yeah.
on in the background so
Uh-huh.
I could hear what would be going on. And I'm like, yo, like this, like yo, Trump really got in. Like I'm
Yeah.
like, yo, this reality show dude, like grab him by the puss, all this other
You're
bullshit.
fired.
You're fired on WWE, on Fresh Prince, all this other on from Home Alone, from The Bachelor, from all these other bullshit ass shows, made it into office of the United States. And he was shaking hands with other politicians from around the world, embarrassing the shit out of us from him just being him. And we have to live with that stain in history for the rest of our lives.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. That sounds about right.
Like in the book of presidents,
Yeah.
we're gonna
You're
have
just gonna see his face there, just like, you're
what,
gonna
like
be like,
43 white presidents in a row. Obama, Trump, and then it's just gonna keep going on from there.
yeah, it's definitely you definitely are gonna see in the history books. You're gonna be like, all right, let's take it back to these specific
Like that shit
years.
is so tainted.
Let's take it
And
to these
it's
specific
not that like,
years.
oh, like it's not we're not he's not the first person who was in entertainment to then go and be a president, but it wasn't
Yeah,
to the degree that he was.
yeah, no,
Like we had like presidents who were like radio stars and then become presidents. Like and that was like back then before like that shit was really as deep as it is now. So I don't really see that in the same like even being actors before, but not like Trump though. This shit. We were on like not everybody, but a lot of us were on such a happy high of just like, oh, like we have a black president. And like at the end of the day, regardless of policy, like Obama was like as far as being a figure, his only scandal besides like Obamacare, which was like, it was the tan suit. Which if in that picture he looks fly as fuck.
Yeah.
I don't care what you that's my
Yeah.
favorite fit that I've seen
Yeah.
of Obama. He looks so
He was
tough
the
in that.
only one to switch it up, and
And he
that
got
shit
it.
was
People got
fire,
mad at him
bro.
for it, and that
Made
fit
no
is
sense. They
crazy,
got
bro.
mad because he had style. They were like, "Oh damn, I can't pull it off."
Yo,
but this glorious black man can.
that shit was like national news. But yo, that's the heart. Like yo, he looks fucking tough,
No, yeah.
and that's his scandal.
But
That and Obamacare.
It's like not even a scandal though. It's just I feel like it's jealousy.
It
I
was like,
can't-
oh,
I
like a
can't fit
president's
it.
supposed to wear like navy or whatever all the time or black all the time. I don't know what the fuck.
Hop off my. Like, that's what I gotta say. Hop off my dick.
Yeah, like come on now.
Y'all mad.
That shit. I was like, come on, bro. But moving on from that, I don't have the topics in front of me, so I'm just going off top. But I know the one that I'm gonna just bring up now. So I had woke up really early today, and I had a bad dream, and it's another one of my like Victor has like violent ass dreams.
All right, I gotta watch my back now for the next like week.
No. It's actually towards me. So
Oh my god.
So the dream happened like this. So I mean, I can kind of see where it came from. So I was in this store with like a bunch of other strangers, and like one other person I think I knew, or it was a stranger, but like in the dream, it was like my homie, and we were in there hiding because there were riots outside in the street, which kind of like it ties in to what's actually going on right now.
Mhm.
So I'm in this store, and we're all like, "Yo, like, what are we gonna do? How are we gonna get out of here? How to get home?" It's like really bad out there, and we're all just trying to figure shit out, and we're like panicking or trying to figure out like, yo, like what's the best way to go about this so we can make it home safe. And this one guy is just like in there in the store, like, you know what, like I'm gonna go out there and I'm gonna, like one of them types, like he has a gun on him. He's like, I'm gonna go out
Gotta
there and like
stop it
fight.
all.
I'm gonna stop that shit. So he pulls out a gun in the store. He's like, yo, I'm gonna go out there. But like we all start freaking out, like, yo, why you pulling a gun out? So we run out the store, and I'm like dicking it with this other bull that I was like talking about earlier. Like I was running around like I passed the corner and I heard a pop, like a gun went off.
Pop, pop, pop,
So like I'm running, and me and the guy, he looks at, I'm gonna just make the sound effects and shit. And the bull turns to me, he's like, yo, you good? Like, did you get hit? You heard that shot? I'm like, nah, I'm cool. Like, keep running. And I'm running, and I look down at like my shorts, and I had a blood stain on my shorts.
Man's got hit.
So I'm like, oh shit, like
Man's got hit.
I'm like, it's either him or me. So I'm checking and checking. I'm like, yo, I got shot in the back of my calf.
My man didn't feel nothing.
I guess it was I was thinking just like adrenaline.
My man,
So
I
like,
don't care.
so I stopped running, and I'm like calling out to people, like, yo, like help me out, and they keep running. So I'm like, ah shit, like nobody helping me. Ah shit, here we go again.
Shit.
So I like stop, I like take my shirt off, and like I go like I put it over the wound and like tie it up to like stop the bleeding. So I'm like, fuck. And then somebody run past me, somebody finally stopped, and he looked back at me, but he got like an attitude. So I'm like, yo, if you gonna have an attitude, like I'm like, yo, if you gonna have an attitude to help me, like don't help me, like keep going, like I'll find somebody else. But he stops and he comes and helps me, and he takes off like his headband and like puts it over like the where that shit was at, like my t-shirt. So I'm like, fuck, like I'm shot, like I gotta make sure I find like an ambulance or something. So I call for help, and they taking mad long to get to me, bro. Like I'm just like I call like 911. They're like, yeah, all right, we're on our way, like just stay put. And they taking mad long, and I'm like, yo, like I keep bleeding, like I gotta do something. And I'm like, obviously there's riots going on, so there's cops and ambulances already out there. So I'm just like seeing them pass by, but as they pass by, I'm like, yo, like I'm shot, like come, like can I get in the back of the ambulance, like
that's crazy.
like help me out? And they just keep driving. I'm like, yo, what the fuck? Like this shit's crazy. Like what the fuck I'm gonna do? And I think that was it.
Okay.
So anybody who's like really into dreams and shit and can interpret this, let me know what the fuck that meant.
It's like you're gonna get shot. It's like, okay, well, I could have.
And then to make it even worse, so I had an 8 a.m. class, and I had a presentation today. So I wanted to wake up early. So I had an alarm set for like an hour before, so I can get up and like wake up and like not be all groggy when I'm doing the presentation. So my alarm went off at 7 a.m. And the way that I woke up was the way that I was laying down when like I got shot. Like I was like crawling, like when I woke up. So I'm like, what the fuck? Like I'm just like panicking, like what the hell was that? And I'm like, I gotta lay back down for a little bit longer because like that was just weird. That was way too much.
I'm sorry. I was just picturing you like how you felt like in a Family Guy episode. Just like,
Yeah.
I'm like, yo, what?
But I don't know. That was just another one of those Victor has fucked up dreams.
Yeah, that's a pretty intense one.
And what sucks is like not too long ago. I was like, I haven't remembered one of my dreams in a while. My psyche said, bet.
Yeah, that usually happens with me. Whenever I think of something that hasn't happened in a while, then it shows up, and then it happens again. So,
That shit fucking sucked. That was not how I was trying to start my day. I had a bit like I had like between yesterday and today, I'm like, yo, every like literally like every hour of my day is like mapped out. So I'm like, I gotta really be on point.
mm,
And then even with that, I'm like, fuck. And then when I went to do the presentation, shit like went like unexpected. So I had to like it was just too much shit. And then to have that dream on top of it, I was like, this is crazy. I don't need this right now. Like, can you wait for like a Saturday when I don't have to do shit? Like,
right, it's for me to be freaked out all day now because of my freaking dream. Damn. Wait, what was the question in that?
there was no question. I just want to talk
Oh,
about my dream.
oh, okay. I thought
Yeah. The
thought
other
that was a
things,
top
the other
question.
stuff are questions. Let me see real quick. I want to make sure I like space them out. Um, but yeah, what do you think, Mark? Why do you think I have such fucked up dreams?
Why do you have so fucked up dreams? It's a great question. Sit back. I'll tell you a little bit about yourself. I don't know. I feel like it just comes with a. It might. It might be some stuff with just maybe like stress, but I don't want to say stress. It's just like you're always so. I guess how do I say it? Like I'm thinking of the word like busy, but it's not busy. You're just like so like on point with stuff, and like you're always like making sure you're like concentrated on something. Where I
Mm,
feel like you don't give yourself enough time to relax, and I feel like that's probably why
taking a
it's
toll on me.
yeah, it's like it's
I'm on my way.
intended.
I'm on my way to a 24-year-old heart attack or something.
Yeah,
Like,
it's like it's not. It's like you're not giving yourself enough time to relax. So it's like the only time all that stuff can hit you is in your dream
yeah.
when you should be
It's like,
relaxing.
oh, we finally got this man. Get him.
Yeah, yeah, we got him. We finally got him.
His
Hold him
guard is
down. Hold
down.
him down.
All
Victor,
my worries and stresses is just
Victor's just like
manifesting.
somebody's in Victor's room, just moving. It's, They're like, is he good? Yeah, yeah, he's fine. Yeah,
Shit.
probably why. I mean, I don't know.
I'm not a
Just
doctor, none.
yeah, I don't know. I'm just here sometimes, you know. I don't know. Maybe we just need like a vacation,
Fuck
or
yeah.
or just meditate.
I
Which
meditate. I meditate every day. I have this app. It's called Insight Timer. And it's like guided meditation. I do it every day. Only thing though is I need to like up my game up with it. Like I've been doing it for a while. Like I've been doing like 5 to 10 minutes, and I feel like that's not doing it anymore. And I gotta bump it up to like a half hour or something. So like no, but like the 5 to 10 was doing me good. Like there would be times where I'd be like overwhelmed and shit, and I would do it, and I would feel like crazy. Like the feeling I get when I meditate is the same feeling when like when you take like a short ass nap, but it feels like you slept so good.
Mm,
That's
yeah,
the same feeling I get.
I have like two different versions of those. Either I take a short nap and then like I feel really good, or I take a short nap and for some reason I feel worse, and I'm like, oh my god, bro.
I don't
I'm
know.
like, wow,
I
the
just feel
hell.
like I would do like 10 minutes of meditation. I feel like I got the best sleep of my life afterward in 10 minutes. But like, yeah, it's gonna be hard for me to like expand that to like a half hour because my mind starts racing. Like
What is life?
to the thought of just being there and doing nothing, like because like you said, like I'm always on like always trying to do something or stay busy, never give myself a break.
Mhm.
So the thought of just sitting there for a half hour, just breathing and being in my thoughts, I'm gonna lose my fucking mind. Like I'm just gonna be like,
Meanwhile, the point is for him to regain his mind.
I'm gonna be like 15 minutes in, be like, yo, like I'm not doing anything, like I'm wasting time. Like that's how my mind works
Mhm.
all the time. So to sit there and do that is gonna be a struggle. So that's why I've been like, I need to get better with my meditation, but I've been doing good with that. And I've also done
Okay.
good of like writing every day, like every morning I would write down like what I want to accomplish for the day and
Mhm.
just striking it off. And just like if I clear that off, the rest is like I can just chill or if I want to keep going.
Okay.
But that way I feel like I'm doing something and I also feel like I'm not like bullshitting. I don't know.
True. Okay. I
Yeah.
hear you. I hear you. It's okay. We'll get through
Yeah. I'm gonna have another dream tonight. It's just
this. Oh, even
I got
worse.
amputated. Like, oh my
Even
God.
worse. Oh my god.
Yeah. But that's cool. Also, I mean, kind of talking about like presidential shit, even though we're trying to get off of it. Two major things kind of like popped off in the middle of like counting ballots and like this whole presidential shit. Like they just legalized, like in Jersey, they just legalized weed, and in like 5 other states as well. Not legalized. Well, it's like varying. So New Jersey is like completely like it's legal, like recreational and medicinal. And I forget the other states off the top of my head, but some others were like either decriminalizing it, so it's still not legal, but like you don't get arrested for
Yeah,
it, like you
yeah.
just pay a fine,
Okay, yeah, yeah.
or some people
Isn't
legalize.
that how it is here though?
Yeah, in Philly and
Yeah,
PA,
yeah, yeah.
yeah,
That's what I remember
but
hearing
there's
a
still some
while
states
ago.
that are like it's
Well, no, yeah. I remember hearing something about Philly like that.
yeah,
You don't get arrested for it, but you
it's
get
just
fined.
well to a certain amount.
Well,
Like
yeah, yeah, yeah. It has to be a certain amount
if
though.
they find
Yeah,
it to like where it's the degree where like it seems like you're selling it, then you're gonna go to jail.
yeah. Like,
But it's still illegal. So yeah, so in Jersey by the new year it's gonna be like recreational and medicinal, like just do whatever.
yeah.
Then it's what you call it? That was me, my bad. Oh, I don't know. You know, I just thought all right, so I had another thought. I'm gonna try to come back to it after I start talking. But other places they decriminalized it so you don't get arrested. It's just a fine. Or other places they legalized it medically, like for medicinal
Yeah, yeah.
purposes, not necessarily recreational yet. And then I think Oregon, just fucking insane. Either Oregon or Colorado.
Well, Colorado already been had it legal.
No, not that. I'm saying either Oregon or Colorado, they decriminalized all drugs. Like period.
It'd probably be Colorado.
I think
Colorado
it might have
is
been
already,
Oregon, but basically meaning like if you like get caught with coke, like you just get a fine.
Okay.
Or you get caught with like meth, you get a fine. Well, the whole idea is that to stop treating like drug addicts as criminals and more like victims, and the fact that they have an illness and they need to be rehabilitated.
I can see that, and I feel like that's really crazy to hear from the government, seeing how the government so much wants to like get money, and I feel like the fact that they're probably going to be spending more money to try to help the people, like
yeah.
sure
But I think that voting was done on state level. That's why, because that's why like federally, there's still some places where it's just illegal, like weed. But like there's still certain states where it's legal, so that's a state level legislature, state level laws. So that's why at least I think from the state of Oregon or whoever it was, like whatever that state, they're just I guess being more progressive in that sense of just like, all right, let's stop treating these people like they're hurting anybody.
Yeah,
because they're really hurting themselves.
Yeah, well, yeah.
So let's just make sure.
It only makes sense.
So make sure they get fixed and like get help.
Because it would stop if you just help them.
Yeah, but decriminalize doesn't mean that you're like I said, after a certain amount, if the charge is intent to sell, then you're going to jail.
That's just
but if you're somebody who like
that's true. I would definitely I can agree now because I would feel really bad for somebody to go to jail for having a small amount of coke, and it's like they were kind of like in a sense
they weren't selling it. They weren't harming other people. They bought it for themselves.
Maybe they bought it for themselves,
and they're harming themselves, so they need help. They don't necessarily need jail.
Yeah, that's pretty crazy.
So I mean, I kind of like the idea behind that, but it is going to be expensive to do to give people like therapy and shit like that. But that's the way it should be. We shouldn't be thinking of like, because and at the same time, it's more expensive to run a jail.
It is with the amount of food, the amount of just clothes,
and it comes out of our pocket.
Yeah.
And some people are making money off of jails with private jails, but that's a whole different thing. But I think that's awesome, man. I don't smoke, but I thought this shit should have I feel like this is 10 years late, for all states to be legal in it. So like,
yes,
yeah, I don't know, man. But what I was thinking about earlier with the thought of like Jersey being legal and it still being not legal in PA, the thought of the fact that those two states are so connected, like how we go between each other all the time, the thought of somebody being able to live in Jersey and like grow and then move that over, I think that's going to become a problem because it's way too close. Listen, why do you think that question came to my mind?
Start moving on it. You slacking.
You gonna see a lot.
You got a lot of room back there.
Listen, that's literally why the question came to mind. But I feel like you're probably gonna see a lot of people move to Jersey and start growing legally, and then or the bridge is about to get real tight.
Oh no, yeah, probably.
They about to be real on our ass.
I hope they don't raise the price. Oh my God.
Also, another thing I want to get into, I don't trust it at all.
Trust what exactly?
I don't trust it being legalized. Meaning by I would trust a street drug dealer's weed more than I would trust going to a dispensary and buying government weed. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, yeah.
So I don't trust any of that shit at all.
Yeah.
I would much rather like get like whatever. I'm gonna sound kind of dumb because I don't smoke. Whatever is like seed to grow a weed plant.
Yeah.
I would rather buy it like that and grow my own
And
and
grow
smoke
your
it
own. Well,
than
okay,
go
yeah.
to like buy some McDonald's ass weed, you know?
That stank weed. Yep.
That's like not good for you, or they probably put preservatives in it because
Yeah, yeah,
it's
yeah,
gonna be commercialized.
yeah.
So I feel like
That's gonna be weird to see.
yeah, like imagine. I mean, we haven't gone to.
Buy our
I
weed.
don't think we've been to a state yet since like you've been to Colorado before, but you haven't gone since it's been legal, right?
Well, it was legal when I was there. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know you went during that time. How
Yeah.
long has it been? Has it been like 10 years since it's been legal over there?
I think so. Like it's been a while.
Yeah,
It's been a while. Yeah.
but like to think to what level it has been at this point, I don't
No.
know.
Yeah.
And I don't know. I always wished that it would like, take longer just because I could like capitalize on it. I was just like opening a shop and just making that money.
True. This
But like
whole yeah.
a lot of these, but it's kind of already in a sense already happened where even though it's not legal yet, a lot of these smoke shops are just waiting for the day.
Oh
Cause
yeah.
like I remember, well, I didn't take you, or I don't know if you went with us one time, but that near where I used to work at around Temple campus, that smoke shop,
Hmm.
it's basically just filled with bongs and other shit. Like
Uh-huh.
so, like the minute it becomes legal, they're just gonna fill their store with all that stuff that they would
Yeah.
need,
Any store that's like that is already kind of
or pre
already
rolled or
one.
all that shit.
They're
Like
already one step ahead of it. You know.
so,
They got it right in the back. So they got the sign ready too and everything.
so I don't know what the like. That's what I'm saying. Like, how do you feel about that? Like, would you, if it were legal, like, would you feel comfortable just going to like whatever the chain store would be for weed once that happens?
I feel like there's definitely going to be people like the people that already sell it, like like the drug dealer, like they're gonna still do it regardless. It's gonna be bad for them eventually, but I think what they're gonna try to do is the drug dealers are probably gonna buy from them first, see how it is, and then if anything, they're gonna sell that to people. And again, it all matters too with pricing. Like pricing. That's one thing too. I'm like really like wondering how it's gonna be and
Yeah.
stuff like that.
But I mean, it's probably gonna get really fucking cheap with like the government or like commercial weed. It's gonna be mass produced, bro.
Yeah, but at the same
Like
time,
it's gonna be like the same way like Tyson makes chicken. Like it's gonna be like miles and miles and miles and miles of weed plants.
that's true, but it's just in the fact of like it's the government. So it's like somehow they're gonna find a way to put their twist on it to where it's like they're gonna be getting a lot of it. So I don't know. But I think again, like they're gonna buy from them first, see how it is. Eventually, people are gonna see how it is. Like, it all depends, like whether
Yeah.
it's like gonna work or not. Like I don't know. Because again, like if people still have from like people still buy from the drug dealers before like the whole like shit it happens, they're probably gonna obviously test and see like okay what's different,
Yeah.
because you can definitely
People are
feel,
gonna
like
tell.
you could tell the
Yeah.
difference and shit. So
And it's gonna
once
be
that happens,
gonna become a thing of just like support your mom and pop drug dealer like, instead of like supporting whatever giant corporation, whatever like Amazon weed or whatever the fuck is going like whatever ends up happening.
Amazon weed, yeah,
Like people are gonna kind of be like, yo, like support the smaller because it's gonna be kind of like bullshit. Because when it become fully legal, all these people that are still in jail for selling like a little, like having a little ass dime, like little ass bag on them, is bullshit. Like they're
yeah,
decriminalizing. They should be letting all these people out by now,
yeah. They
especially in
should.
other states where they're just like there's not to make it about race, but there's a lot of white people that are just making a
Mhm.
living off of this shit. Something that they've been pointing fingers at black people at for decades.
Yeah, it's always the case, but
So they're gonna like basically gentrify drug dealing,
who would have thought?
which they pretty much have already in like California and shit. Where like there's like a lot of
Yeah,
white business owners just with dispensaries and shit making a lot of money off this shit. And not that it's like I'm not saying don't make money off of like a business opportunity,
no, 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 yeah, yeah.
but at
But
the same
there's
time, there's that privilege there of
yeah,
just like
yeah, of
the same thing you're making money off of has been like pushing down another group of people for years,
mhm,
years on years, and you guys have been talking shit on them for doing it for years and years.
mhm.
And now that it's cool for you guys can just live it up, and
Yeah,
it's gonna get to the point where the people who started this shit aren't gonna be like in all reality the highest like the higher end people or like the people that should be making the most money off of this should be minorities. You should see a lot of minority CEOs who are like, yo, like he used to sell like drugs on the street and he blew up and has this corporation now where he sells weed because they're the ones that started this shit.
yeah.
But
They
they're just
know they know
but
the ins and outs. Yeah.
but then it's gonna get kind of hijacked, kind of like the music industry.
No, yeah,
It's like a bunch of rappers right now who's like pushing hard and like barely making any money off of their work when there's like white CEOs and like who work in PR and all this other bullshit who are just capitalizing on their artwork and all their hard
yeah.
work.
That's how it usually always is.
And
Like,
that's kind of bullshit.
yeah, it's yeah, like I said, they know more of the ins and outs. They've, I guess, been through like the struggle and the grind of like trying to actually perfect something of their craft, and then you just got these guys who are just like sitting there waiting, like, come on, you're almost there. And as soon
Yeah.
as you're there, it's like, all right, cool. Hey, nice to meet you. Let me use you for money. And it's
So
like,
yeah.
okay,
So that bullshit ass privilege is kind of showing in this. So I don't really like it in that sense.
yeah,
But as long as we get some of these, because there's probably people in jail like doing life sentences or like way too
mm,
long just for fucking weed, bro. Like these aren't bad people. These are people that it's just a whole. It's so deep rooted of just like you already put these people in bad neighborhoods, bad situations. Also, you give them no choice where they can barely get hired or hired at all.
mm,
No, like bad school systems in a lot of cases and all this other shit. So they get to the last resort is like, yo, like it's either lose the house with my mom and my siblings, or I help out and make ends meet and sell weed,
do something at
and then I
least.
get arrested for it, and I do way too much time for
Yeah,
any of this shit, and that's how that cycle just keeps on going. So it's like,
bro. Not to mention when I just thought of it now, like, like, what is it called? Just like bad cops in general, where they can do stuff like plant drugs and stuff like that.
which
Like,
happens all the time,
exactly. So
and some of them
just imagine that too.
or
It's
not
just
even
like,
plant, but sometimes they'll like arrest the person and then just basically take this evidence that they got off of them arresting them in the first place and sell it themselves
yeah,
or
that's what I'm
anything
saying.
along those lines.
Yeah, so it's like that's something
It's
crazy.
just another fucking privilege that just fucking sucks. Got a lot of fucking work to do, man. This whole change in presidency ain't mean shit. Like,
No, no.
there's a lot more work to do. Even
Yep.
our fucking vice president was admitted to smoking weed, or a future vice president admitted to smoking weed, but also as a police working in the police force admitted to arresting people for the same shit. So Kamala Harris a op low key, but
She is. She said, "Yeah, I'm with y'all, but I'm not.
yeah,
But I'm not at the
she
same
tried to
time."
act cool and go on the Breakfast Club. It's like you ain't low. Like we know exactly what the fuck you doing.
Stop playing with us.
We just
Stop.
happy he lost. We ain't happy you won.
True. We're just like, yay, Democrats. Yay, Democrats. Let's go.
Shit.
But
And then what else I was gonna mention? The fucking ham sandwich. So no, the
Sam.
shit with the Pfizer releasing that like COVID vaccine thingy. Don't trust that either.
Uh-huh.
Fuck that.
Hmm.
I'm not getting that shit.
Yeah. Hold on, let me see.
What?
No, keep talking. Keep talking.
Okay. But yeah, so I mean, I don't know when this is gonna come out, if it's gonna be late news, but
Hmm.
supposedly Pfizer, I believe the company's name is, they said they have a vaccine for COVID that's 90% effective.
Okay.
And people are like, oh yeah, like it's gonna be pushed out soon, all this other shit. You better not come near me with that fucking needle. I'm not taking that shit.
No, yeah.
I don't know what the fuck is in there.
No, they're probably,
And
yeah.
I'm not like a anti-vaccine person either. Like I'm not like super like, oh, like don't go to your doctor. Like
Hmm.
there are some times where you do need a doctor. Even though I
Yeah.
do believe sometimes they diagnose you and they give you shit you don't really need. Um I'm if you need a vaccine or if you need drugs to like help heal yourself, take it because sometimes it is beneficial. But in this situation, I'm not being a fucking test rat for this fucking vaccine.
No.
I haven't even had a scare or anything like that yet.
No.
I haven't had no issues. And like my mom works with like she's in the hospital working with COVID patients, and I've been good and
Mhm.
I've been healthy. I haven't even caught like my temperature hasn't risen. I haven't had nothing. I've been good. I've been safe. Washing my hands, mask, all that shit. But like I'm gonna give y'all like a year of y'all. Whoever wants to take it, go ahead, take it.
No, I feel like you have to do that with stuff like that. Like if they're asking people to step up and take this like vaccine thing that like they kind of like aren't really giving it that much information about, first of all, and just being like, here, this should help you, and you're just like,
And there's no like usually like I think they're forcing this like crazy because it hasn't even been a year that COVID has been like, it hasn't been a year since the world has been in lockdown. COVID has been around a little bit, like a year and a half. To get that vaccine and like I wake up my arm all curled up, like that fucking Cat Williams joke. I don't know if you ever heard it. Where he's talking about is like the drug be working like too good or like it just be fucking you up with the side effects.
yeah,
But you take something for your arm
right,
and it fuck up your arm and shit. And then you take something for your no, it was like say you got like a sore throat. You take something for a sore throat, fuck up your arm and shit.
Fuck up the
And then you take
arm,
something for your arm and fuck up your leg and shit. And then you look like a flamingo in front of your family.
No, yeah, vaccines, yeah. Well, at least for that one, exactly. Like, the way they're going about it, I just feel like we have to be cautious about it.
But nah,
Definitely.
I already know what's gonna happen. They're gonna take this Pfizer COVID vaccine. A year or two gonna pass. and I'm gonna wake up like 3 in the morning. Gotta go to the bathroom or something. I'm hearing my TV. Have you or a loved one have used the Pfizer vaccine and in need of compensation? Call this number. If you have experienced leaky underpants, loss of your kidney,
They're just gonna look at the TV like half asleep, like.
if you have lost any of your toes for whatever reason, please call this number 1-800 my bad 1-800 our bad.
They're gonna look at it like, damn.
Whoa. Have you seen? I don't know. You haven't been on TikTok in a minute, right? There's this TikTok or like Twitter videos like thing where I gotta just show it to you if you haven't seen it. But it's like like me waking up in the middle of the night and like barely hearing my TV, and this girl talking like in a commercial voice, and she sounds like she's speaking correctly, but all her words are bullshit. And it just your head up. It's like, have you or anyone to where have not? Call. and the person just looking at the TV like, the fuck?
Bro, that's what happens. You're waking up.
Call 158-2182 hamburgers hot sauce. And you just be confused as shit. Like,
bro, that's literally what happens when you.
Bro, that video had me rolling
waking
every
up in
time.
the middle of the night, bro. It's a whole different ball game when the TV's on. You just be sitting there like, bro, what?
It just sounds like gibberish.
Yo, like especially when you wake up because it's like a loud noise or if like a commercial that's just super loud and you're just like.
That shit happened. That shit happened to me yesterday, or like overnight. I was watching TST, the 24-hour stream, and I fell asleep watching it on my TV. So I woke up like 3 a.m. It was dark in my room, but the TV was still on. You just see them just doing dumb shit. So I'm just like, just turn my TV off.
Bro,
I can't be listening to this.
Bro, that's what happens, bro. I'll be watching either if it's like Twitch or just YouTube, and then like it'll be something really loud, whether they're laughing at something or like something just really loud, and I just wake up, my heart starts racing, and I'm just like,
eyes all squinty, like
I'm like,
he rapping about some shit.
Yeah, I'm like, I grabbed the remote. I'm like, all right. I have to turn this off. I'm like, I can't. No, this isn't happening. Bro, that'd be hilarious though. But yeah, TV be drawn sometimes. Your TV be out to get you sometimes.
To where have not? You have? I'm just like, what the fuck she just say?
What did she just say? Hold up.
Jesus. But damn, man, I'm hungry. You want to get out of here?
I'm starving.
Facts. What we doing today? Banchan? Fuel? What we doing? We getting them acai?
Whatever you want. Whatever you want, man. Whatever you want.
All right. Where can they find you, Mark, so we can get out of here?
Me, Instagram, ETC Marky Mark. Twitter, Marky Mark. You can also find me on Twitch at MC Marky Mark. Just got to affiliate. Thank you, everybody who followed. I appreciate
I'm next.
You.
I got like 12 followers. I need to.
No. Follow this guy. We're both going to do it. I need to get next to partnership, so help me out there. I need to get average of 75 viewers. More people come, more people watch and view. It's going to get me there. So I appreciate all of y'all. We've been having fun, so thank you. Victor, where can they find you and ETC at?
You can find me on Instagram and Twitter at ETC Victor. And that goes for Twitch. That goes for TikTok. That goes for everything. ETC Victor. Come find me. For ETC, it's Real Etc. on every platform. Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, Twitch. Excuse me. All of that. And then the email is real.etc@gmail.com. I'm back, baby. I got that first try. We love y'all. We see you next week. Bye.